Michael Dixon with the honor of getting us started. And away we go at the link. Returning it from the 4. Uh-oh, it's a fumble on the opening kick. And they dodge a turnover there on the return. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
I got a smile on my face. I know he has a smile on his face as he runs out with a new season ripe with every possibility. This is only the first scene of a 4.5-month movie where he could be playing the part of the league MVP, maybe leading a legit contender into the postseason. How he starts this campaign, though, and how you start can have a massive impact on how things play out.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Falcons will have a first. Trying to throw here out of the gun. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And the Eagles get to it. They have gotten the ball moving, Brock. We're seeing some progress on their debut possession.
They were following the script well, but of course, nobody scripts a turnover.
No, they don't. So does that totally erase the positives that they could otherwise take away from that opening drive?
Yes and no. I mean, every possession is such a premium in this league, but you do know we can move this ball. We just got to take better care of it.
They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And they bring him down around the 34.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
A throw right side, caught by Goddard. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Now there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
And he gets in, touchdown! The Eagles have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1 for 1. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Falcons taking the field for their second drive. They gave one away on their first drive of the season. Now it's time to get one back with a touchdown on drive number 2. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Staying with Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So So as they face fourth down, on comes Corey Bojorquez to kick. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. Now for the second time this game, we'll get a look at the Philly offense. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Second and 3. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. Hurts now from the gun. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Throwing here, Hurts. The screen pass falls incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so that brings up second down. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. We're through one quarter of this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They've been moving it well, but face a third down here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So that brings up fourth and long. The kick by Hopkins is good. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Mecole Hardman now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And he overshoots his man. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. Third and a lone yard coming up. Another carry for Robinson. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pass is caught, that's Darnell Mooney. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. To throw here on first down. Bails out of the pocket quick.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
2nd and 3 now.
Let's go.
From the 39. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Here's a throw. This one will be intercepted. Cooper to Gene in to pick it up. And the Eagles will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, it's a position you expect interceptions from, Brock, but not a lot of them come easier than that for a cornerback. His teammate makes the hit as the QB tries to throw it, and it really affected how that one came out.
Yeah, that corner's going to get that pick under his stat column individually, but that was a collective effort. It was all about the pass rush. And those great corners, they know it. They know it takes everybody. The guys up front doing their job, and when the ball falls harmlessly in his hands like that, well, he does his job to finish with the INT.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Good. Set. Delta.
Here's another carry for Barkley. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for an Eagles first down. On the play fake, it's Hurts. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Good. Set. Delta.
From the 34. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. And now it's 3rd down.
Good.
Here's Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
And he goes down, so they're set up with a nice 1st and goal as we've reached our 2-minute warning.
Delta. Set.
Hurts throwing again. The back grabs it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, it's such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Hardman with a return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. And things starting to get a little out of hand for him, Brock. That last score made it 17-zip. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Pitts brings it in. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 2nd and 6 now. Complete out to the right side. It's a pickup of 11. And the Falcons will have a first. Looking to the air here. Dumped off to his running back.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing the out route complete. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Oh, the football's loose. And the Eagles get to it. There he goes, right sideline. And he will take it back for the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles making a 24-point ball game. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Hardman with a return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. And with exactly 1 minute left to go, they've got some time, but they've got to work fairly quick. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Let's go now.
Throwing now from the gun. Brought in right side. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. 1st and 10 from the 41.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He's on the move. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. The Falcons take a timeout to their final one. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Pass play coming here. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They're now set for 1st and 10. Setting up a throw. 4-step. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. But it looked like a Falcon swooped in and got to that football. Yes, they recovered. They're keeping possession. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. The rest of the league can wait. We'll see how they're faring later. Our focus, it's on these two teams as we skip halftime and get right back to this contest. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Here's Smith on the return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. First down throwing for Hurts. He's throwing deep to the left side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away. Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10, here's Hurts. Has a man, it's Brown. And this one doesn't go far. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. And this is now a 100-yard game for him after that last carry. Man, what a strong day he's had running it for this offense. 1st down, ball at the 36. Hurts now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense. These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
The back's got it. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. Well, as they drive forward to one right now, looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity, certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles grow their lead yet again. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. The foul. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Robinson on the inside give. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Tight end going in motion here. From the 32. Short pass brought in. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st down, and they go right back to him. He's contained at the line for no gain. Zach Bond with the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Dumps it off to his running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They put a receiver in motion right. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Throwing from the gun here. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Eagles get to it!
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That second and third level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, free that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for an... down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Great.
First down, a run with Barkley.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Hits his running back. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Juke the defender. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that gives them 1st and goal. They're going to run with Barkley. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Nothing doing that time, and it leaves them on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Back-to-back runs, stop short, and now it leaves him with a big 3rd and goal. They're going to try to run it in, Barkley. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. 3 straight runs, stop short of the end zone. And now what do they do on 4th and goal? The kick by Hopkins is good. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Hardman with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. And as we're being reminded of watching this package, there have been quite a few mad scrambles for the... Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. Finds a man right side. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. Absolutely crushed his 1st punt, and here's another huge one. Secures this at the 17. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Eagles returning their offense and this running back to the field. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles looking like they'll start this season with a win. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They go to Barkley again. And he's tackled for a short gain. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. They give to Barkley, left side. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first. New set of downs for him at the 38. Going to the ground again on first. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Barkley on the shotgun handoff.